Okay, hi everyone. This is T minus 11 for launch log. We are now 10 days away from shipping this thing, and that could not come soon enough because I'm very tired. Anyway, so today I worked on a bunch of writing, a bunch of setting up the site, and then just starting to process editing. I haven't really dealt with any editors until now, so now is the time when I'm starting to get feedback, starting to get people just DMing me like their thoughts, and then I have to deal with it. So that was about it. But just let's just take a look at what I did today. So today I wrote the final chapter. So this, for whatever reason, the last chapter that I wrote was the side projects chapter, and now I'm actually written. I have something written for every single chapter that I've planned, and that looks awesome. So let me just bring you a little bit back in time. This is the thing that I shipped, I think, the first 2 week check-in point. This is built with, I think, LeanPub, either that or Ulysses. So there's no real chapters here. I do like the font. I mean, it just kind of looks good, but um, it was just kind of really basic. So that's 005, and then the 010, the V0.1. This was it, and this was the first one I think generated with. I think this was LeanPub as well. Yeah, this is obviously LeanPub, and it's got really nice contents, right? I like these contents, but the problem is that LeanPub is buggy, so I just couldn't use it, and I really like these footnotes. The footnotes are really good. So very, very, it's a real shame. I would really like to use NeemPub. So it was only v.0.2, which was I think at the start of this stream, that I figured out, all of this, and I started to release all the writing. So in between V1 and V2 was a whole month of writing, from April to May. And yeah, so this is the first time I shipped something using softcover, and that's the one I'm using right now. And softcover looks good. It's got nice professional chapters. That's really important to me. The only problem is, you look at these paragraph spacing. I didn't really know how to figure it out at the point in time. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, softcover uses latex. So if you can just Google enough, you can figure it out. So let's just fast forward to V0.3, which I released today. This is how it looks now. I have nicer fonts. I have the paragraph spacing worked out in between paragraphs. I have for the first time, the side project chapter that I just wrote today. So, so the total book is 466 pages. I mean, there's a lot of empty pages just from some pages, overflowing, and and there are a total of 40 chapters. So let's see if I can show you them. I think it's down here. 40 chapters, with the final chapter being the operating system chapter. So yeah, 40 chapters, 450 pages. And I've even started, so I realized the table of contents is really long. So I started writing a TLDR table of contents, which with just the links, so it doesn't go into like the smaller chapters. So I'm thinking of like writing like one sentence summaries for all of these things, so that people can get a high level sense of what it looks like. I don't like the spacing, the padding here, so I need to figure out how to specifically scope the styling for this. Latex is just, I don't know how to Google this, but I gotta figure it out. But yeah, I think the book is taking shape. I know how to publish now. That's not a concern. The concern now is just like quality, right? Like I got a lot of comments on like the writing chapter from this guy who is somewhat of an authority on developer writing. So I've gone through and then fixed stuff. Like, look at the spacing; it's kind of sucky. I don't know if I can do anything. I mean, these are just like auto laid out. I don't really have a good idea of how to fix that. I'm sure if I did a whole course in latex, I could probably fix it, but I don't have that time. Okay, so yeah, so that's the book. and I mean, we're reasonably happy with like the mechanics of like publishing. And then let's talk about the site. I spent some time on the site now, so now we have at least a presentable looking front page. I don't have good copy yet, but I started working out the tiers as well. So we are going to have tiers, and where is it? Yeah. So we are going to have tiers, and the whole idea was that the book would be the base. The community would be like, let's actually talk about the book, and it would provide extra value. This may be too high. I don't know. I might just throw in other stuff. Yeah, but and then the creator track is basically what you're watching right now, is and the full repo and making of videos which I've recorded. We'll see. Like I might throw in like consultation with me or whatever. I'm worried about promising my time. But we'll see. You know, people can just buy the book. And then yeah, so Jersley, he gave a lot of feedback. I've actually done this, so I'm putting this in like the done column. So he just like copied it. There's no like good review process. He's just copied it out into Google Docs, and then we just kind of went back and forth and stuff. But you know, it's just great to have people who read my stuff and engage with it, even though they tell me that this whole thing sucks. You know, so that's good information, and I definitely went through and reorganize those. But I also don't want to get stuck in too much back and forth, because what works for someone what does not work for someone may work for someone else. So yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to have third party feedback, for sure. Anyway, so there's him, but then there's others that are coming in, and I gotta go figure that. Oh, sorry. There's others that are coming in that I've paid for. So the first one of that came in as well. So if you recall, in the previous chapter, I sent something in for editing. So this is the first test edit that they gave back. So each editor is kind of just randomly assigned unless you ask for a specific editor. And this one, I think, how do I show track changes? Highlights ready, update. I don't know. Yeah, she basically just went through and made like consistency, grammar edits and stuff like that. So where the hell do I see this? Show changes. Yeah, show changes. Okay, my computer's freezing up, which could mean that it's like I don't know where it's supposed to show, but basically she did a bunch of edits and like making it more consistent. I don't have to agree with all of them, but I'm probably gonna accept a lot of them. And yeah, this costs $200, and if I wanted to edit the whole book, it would probably cost somewhere between 8 to. I mean, it depends on how aggressively I want to edit this thing. I could make it cost 2 to 4K. I could make it cost 8 to 15K. And obviously that would be a lot of money just spent on editing. And I don't know how much this will sell, right? So it may not be worth it to edit that much. Like, people already bought into the message anyway, right? If we're just going to make grammatical edits, maybe that's not so worthwhile. So we'll see what the editing process is. I just haven't processed all those edits that came in, so I will have to do that. Okay. And but I have gone ahead and sent in more, because I want the most important chapters to be professionally edited, and then I can, make a judgment call on like whether I agree with those edits. But at the baseline, I want them to professionally. I just want someone who like doesn't know who I am, just pay I just pay them to read for it. So the jobs that I've sent in are these things. So the marketing chapter spent I spent $500. The learn in public chapter I spent 165. Let's see this, because I haven't seen this one. blah blah blah. Deleted excess words. All right. So shall we see what she did for the first time? I haven't previewed this. So yeah, there's a lot of edits here, but not structural. Just well, okay. Well, she did a much better job than the other lady. So I might want to just stick with her. Have it cheat sheets. Three. This I don't like this journalism style. Like if I have a number, just show me the number. Anyway. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Well, I'll have to go through those, but yeah, that's basically what I did today. I suffered some loss of confidence, especially with regards to just some feedback that I got from DMs and stuff, saying that some parts are just hard to read, and it's fine. It's not negative. Like those, they were correct. Like I went back and read those chapters, and they were hard to read, and then I fixed those. Now the problem is, like, how many of those do I have? so so I don't know. So I went through like these negotiation chapters, and then it's basically the person that gave me feedback was like, yeah, English is not my first language. And then you started talking about talk tracks, talk scripts, yeah, scripts, talk scripts here, and I don't know what you're talking about talk scripts. So I added an explanation there. Stuff like that. This was a simple one, but there was stuff that's worse. Like George Lee, when he talked about my writing chapter on writing, he went through some of the words, some of the paragraphs, and went like I think the power one. He was like, just this whole section doesn't make sense. So I revamped it. I'm afraid of sending it back to him because he might still not like it. But it is clearer than it was before, thanks to him just saying this isn't good enough. I don't know what it is, but it's just not good enough. So even that kind of feedback is helpful. So I'm okay with that. I just that's one chapter that's going to be a very high profile chapter, but then I have all these other stuff, which I got a good comment about the megatrends chapter. That was good. I got a good comment about, I mean, people want to see the clone open source and know your tools chapters, so that's good. No one's really looking out for like tech strategy and like specialists or generalists, but like I like all of these things. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of editing over the next 10 days. I have to balance that with book marketing and just getting feedback, right? Like so the other thing that I failed to do, I haven't got any artists, I haven't got any sketch notes yet. I haven't got any media podcasts, whatever. I have some, but not a lot. I haven't got people to approve their quotes, and there's another concern. I quote a lot of people, right? It's a way of saying like, don't take it on my word. Take the word of other people who are more authoritative than me. The problem is like all these things are publicly sourced. How much do I have to get approval, right? Like I know the source for this because it's a public talk. Of course he approves that. Like unless he just doesn't approve the message that it's situated in, but I highly doubt it because I know him. But it's weird. It's just like, how much do I want to get the people who are inspirations for this book to be involved in the book? And I don't know about that. So yep, that's my update today. Not a amazing update, but we're getting closer to T10. I think T7 is gonna be a big day. So that's when we're really like one final week. So I'll make a big push here for people. But today was just like a maintenance day. I finished the book. Tomorrow I'm gonna spend a lot on editing. I'm gonna check in on Tien for the engineering ladders, which I need to work on, and I'm gonna just start incorporating a bunch of reviewer feedback and all that. So it's a lot more writing. I do need to make the site presentable. I don't think that. I mean, it's obviously not presentable right now. And I'm talking with Gantler board about a video. We may or may not have a video. I would really love to have a video. Video looks great. So yeah, that's what's going on in my mind. All right. See you tomorrow.